Coyotes, welcome to the second quarter of the 2020 to 21 school year. It's definitely been a school year unlike any other, right? But what we did have, like any other school year, is fall break, and I hope that students, it was restful for you, and that you got a little bit of a break from the routine. That's important. Parents, I hope that it was a break from the routine for you in ways that were meaningful and supportive. And certainly, I wish the same for the staff. I think everybody needed a bit of a break, and it's a chance to reset anytime we start a new quarter. So in today's message, I'm going to talk about a few different things and give some updates and give you a sense of where things are headed over the next few months. And I want to drive home the message that we really want everybody to feel as supported as possible right now. So students, make sure you are advocating with your advisor if there's anything you need. Students and parents, remember that our counselor, Nancy Stafford, has put out a Google phone number that you can call her or text her at any time. And between 8 and 4, she'll set up meetings with you to just offer some support. So first topic is the end of the first quarter. We're done. And this week, teachers are finalizing grades. They will be in Schoology and Power School by next Monday. You'll be able to see those grades for every class. And I get asked a lot still, do I look in Schoology or do I look in Power School? And the answer 99% of the time is Schoology. There's a great app on the phone that you can use, whether you have iOS or Android, and it will, bring up every class that you have. You can look at assignments, you can look at grades. It's not a great place for submitting assignments or really reviewing all the materials that teachers are sharing, but it is a good place to double check assignments and grades. And Schoology gets updated grades more quickly than Power School because the teachers created the assignment there, it's graded there. So that's the place you should check, okay? At the end of every quarter, and definitely at the end of every semester, check Power School, because that's where grades are stored for transcripts and become an official record is in Power School, okay? So Power School should be checked when we start every school year, and then roughly 4 times a year to check grades and double check attendance records and that sort of thing. And we've got a parent volunteer who's been helping us put together some different guides for Power School and Schoology. So we'll share some of that out over the next few weeks and give a few reminders about what sorts of things you can do in each system. We'll try to set up more parent trainings as well now that we've cleared the first quarter with students and teachers to get you more acclimated to those systems. And one of those systems we'd like parents to acclimate to is the Schoology parent group. I've sent out instructions for signing up a few times, but we still only have about 85 parents signed up. And we really need a lot more parents to get in that group so that we can stop sending out a lot of emails. I really am sensitive to what happens with our email inboxes these days. I know for me it's been even more monumental than it was before. And that makes sense, but I think that if we can compartmentalize school-based communication, 70 or 80% of the time in Schoology, then that's what we should do, because that will give you the power to change your own notification so you can decide when you get an email or text message, and then we'll only send out emails directly when it's something really timely and important for everyone to read. Student-led conferences. Student-led conferences are at the end of the month. They're in the last week of October. So on Monday the 26th, Monday the 26th and Tuesday the 27th, we'll have a normal schedule, normal remote schedule. So students will have 75 minutes for each class for those 2 days, and there's office hours that Monday afternoon like normal. Wednesday will be an all classes schedule. So that's the 28th. And then on the 29th, that Thursday, we'll only have advisory in the morning. The rest of the day will be dedicated to student-led conferences. Each advisor is responsible for scheduling the conferences. So some advisors may have availability after school on Tuesday and Wednesday as well, the 27th and 28th. And then there's pretty much all day Friday is open for teachers to schedule conferences. So be on the lookout for that from your advisor either at the end of this week or early next week, so you can schedule a time. Okay, some other updates for you. First on reopening, there was an executive order put out this week, and we're still trying to understand what it will mean for schools, but the governor has reverted us all back to the maximum group size of 5 for a gathering. And that's probably going to have an impact on what we've been doing for athletics, what we've been planning to do for approved activities that were just approved. And certainly it's going to have an impact on what we'll be able to do or not do moving forward with regard to having small groups of students on campus beyond those who have an IEP for special education. So as soon as we know better, we'll share, and most likely that will be this Friday, the 16th, or Monday, the 19th. So be on the lookout for that communication. As I mentioned on September 17th, I believe it was, 16th or 17th, I sent out an email with the Governing Council's decision to move our tentative return to school date to January 5th. But remember, it doesn't really matter what the Governing Council decides if the governor still has not allowed middle and high school students to return physically to school. So at this point in time, no middle and high school in the state of New Mexico, no public middle or high school is physically open at all. And so we're in this position of not really knowing if January 5th is going to be allowable or not. So just keep that in mind and stay tuned for details. And then with our facilities, so a few things. We just completed an extension to our health office. So we now have a separate room that would be for symptomatic students and staff when we return physically. And it is in where our senior lounge is. So seniors, just a heads up for you that when you do return to school, your senior lounge, it's a bit smaller, but there is still some space there for you around the lockers. It's a necessary addition to the school that will help us for a long time to come. Not necessarily just with COVID-related symptoms, but just in general, when you're sick, it's good to have a place to go that you're less likely to make anybody else sick. So that's the idea. Additionally, any day now we'll be starting officially our parking lot expansion project. So it's like 15 extra parking spaces, a couple of electric car chargers for students and staff members. And then, the bigger parts of it, we're going to be adding over 150 feet of fencing, landscaping, so that's all like campus security stuff, a couple of gates, a new place for buses to turn out of the pickup and drop off lane. And then parents will be able to now just drive one way onto campus, around our building, drop the student off, and then continue on and exit on the other side of campus. So there will be no more two-way traffic involved with pickup and drop off, which should be safer, more efficient, and just more pleasant for everybody involved. And then for phase 1, the gym, cafeteria, library, black box theater, classrooms, we're looking at a pretty big, exciting project for phase 1 of our recently approved facilities master plan. I'll be sending out a video that's pretty much just about that in November or December. And we're working with the CCPS Foundation to launch a capital campaign to raise money for the completion of phase 1. So please stay tuned for details on how you can support the school and all of our students with a pretty phenomenal upgrade to our campus to just get us closer to having a complete school experience for everybody. That's it for this update. I've covered quite a bit, and I will continue to do this on roughly a monthly basis. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you need support, please reach out to your advisor or your child's advisor. You can reach out to our counselor, Ms. Stafford, or you can always email me and I'll get back to you within a few days. Okay? Happy October. Happy start of the second quarter. Thank you for tuning in.